good play by Huerta to be aggressive and go towards the basket. And we talked about the fact that the Cavemen are going to want to put up numbers in terms of getting shots up because their speed is what's kind of mostly their strength.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of size, so they're going to have to be able to move it up and down the court.
And we've yet to see Mario De Leon jump into this game, but he's going to be coming in real soon. So good defense here, hard-working players for Rio Rancho so far, really just kind of putting in the work defensively. Good move to the basket for Huerta. Bounces around and it doesn't go.
I don't know how that didn't go down.
That was a good play there by Huerta, but he's going to get to the line to shoot too. So he's got a chance to tie this one up. But a good play there. And you got to love the aggressive move to the basket. That's what you want to see. Draw the foul. Get it to go if you don't draw the foul. But Huerta with his first free throw. This one's going to be good. So now comes in number 2, Kevin Quarles, who's going to get a lot of minutes this year. A young athlete for the Cavemen, sophomore year. A lot of good things I've heard about him. Here's Huerta with the second free throw, and it goes 7-7. Cavemen tied all up here with Rio Rancho. Here's number 2 yet again. Oh no, that's McNeely that brought it up. So Rio Rancho going to move this ball around. They actually took out Bynum now and got a couple subs in.
Maybe because of the first foul.
So Rio Rancho just going to kind of keep moving this ball around. We've seen one three-point shot from Rio Rancho so far, and that came from their tallest player in Becker. And they're going to keep moving this ball. Cavemen really have to put an emphasis on defense this year with the speed that they have. If you can get, pick balls off and get steals, you can get some fast transition points. But here's a three-point shot from Jordan McNeely, and that one is good. So it's 10-7. Rio Rancho leads now. It's 2 minutes, 42 seconds on the clock. Sullivan gets it over to De Leon, who just entered this game with Quarles. Sullivan over to Cornum. Cornum's got an open three. Nice looking shot, but no good. It's going to be a Rio Rancho rebound by Chavez. And Rio Rancho is going to try and keep trying to penetrate with their speed. The three-point shot's up and no good for McNeely. A nice rebound by Huerta. He's going to get fouled on his way down. So that's going to be a foul on Ezekiel Chavez for Rio Rancho. Rio Rancho with 3 fouls so far. Carlsbad with 1. So Sullivan to pass it in for the Cavemen.
I thought she put up 2 hands, bro. She did.
All right, so
on number 5, but she did put up 2 hands like she's doing a double-digit number.
All right, so they're gonna look like they changed who the foul was on. Yeah, she did do it again. So I think it might have been maybe number 23.
Yeah, it says
not sure.
Foul number 1 on 1.
Interesting. All right, so Huerta got the ball knocked out of his hand, but it goes out of bounds on Rio Rancho. Huerta's going to pass it in here. Cavemen going to run an inbounds play, a full court inbounds play. Quarles drops it, but De Leon ends up with it. He's going to get it over to Huerta, and Huerta's going to break this press. So Rancho kind of threatening to kind of put it on him full court. 2 minutes, 4 seconds left here in the first quarter. Sullivan with it. He gets it to Cornum. Cornum looking down in the post. He's going to try and get it over to De Leon, who slips out to the 3. Huerta now with it. Gets the pick from De Leon, and Huerta's got a one-on-one matchup here. Step back 3. This one just misses a bit deep, and Quarles hustling there, but he steps out of bounds.
No, he didn't touch it.
He didn't touch it?
He was probably about an inch from the line. So
that's a tough call.
It was kind of one of those, like she was really making the call, but yeah, he was like this far from the line.
A minute 39 remaining here in the first quarter, and Rio Rancho leads 10-7. So number 5, Chavez remains in the game. Here's the attempt at the rim for McNeely. It's no good. Good defense by De Leon, and it's going to be Carlsbad ball. Here, a minute 22 on the clock. Huerta gets it past half court. He's going to get it over to number 13, who just came into the game, Frankie Martinez. Huerta is going to go towards the basket. He's going to get fouled. It's going to make it the 15th foul for Rio Rancho, which is, of course, good news for the Cavemen.
Last year, what was it? At 7, we're in the double bonus, right?
Yes, at 5 it's 1-1, and then at 7 it's double bonus.
Yeah. And it changes every quarter, right?
Yes, it does. It resets every quarter. So there's the first free throw for Huerta, no good. And I guess right there they're going to count that as a shooting foul, because right there he obviously passed it away, but he kind of went towards the basket in motion, so they're going to give it to him for 2 shots. Here's the second shot, and it is good. So it makes it 10-8. Rio Rancho leads. Got a brutal fan behind us.
Yeah, he's very loud.
Yeah, 1:05 on the clock here for the first quarter. Here's a runner baseline for Rio Rancho. And it's going to be a nice charge there. Mario Del Leon,
that we've seen of the year.
He came to play. We know that he's had a few this year. We just know it. We can just sense it.
What's over
Good play there.
2 a game?
Yeah, I'm going to say 2 a game's about right. 55 seconds remaining. Here's Quarles. And they're going to say that Quarles pushed off as an offensive foul, which is not something you see very often. Just kind of a quick trigger on that foul call. 53 seconds on the clock. Rio Rancho is going to have it here. They're going to get it into Santivistan, who's going to be handling the ball here. Rio Rancho with a travel, but no call.
Yeah, he dragged that foot.
So Lucero gets it over to Santivistan. I might be saying that wrong. But Rio Rancho trying to move this ball around and kind of try and get the last shot, it looks like. And Quarles is going to get in for a foul. That's his second in about 30 seconds. So they might have to think about putting him back in, back onto the bench. And they are going to do just that. Kind of a smart. It's got to be a smart move right there for the Cavemen after a couple of quick fouls. And he hasn't been in the game very long, so Huerta not much rest, but I'm sure he's made for it anyways. 24 seconds. Rio Rancho skipping this ball out to the corner. Looking for a 3-point shot. You can just sense that they're looking for something open. This one, 3-point shot from the corner, no good. Mario Del Leon ends up with the rebound on the second chance. Huerta going to bring it down with 5 seconds left. He's got to be aware of the clock here. 2 seconds on the clock. He's going to get kind of a side shot going, and it is no good. So Rio Rancho leads after 1 quarter, 10-8. We're going to be back here in just a moment. Stick around. You're off. Welcome to the show, Kaden.
Like,
I guess you didn't connect earlier.
Hey, what's the story here? Let me out in the aisle, kind of. It's weird. And I see that other side's got. Maybe I should just go sit over there with a longer cord.
Some Bluetooth it.
I told him he need Bluetooth headphones. How are you guys doing today?
Good, dude. How about you?
You good?
This girl's tall. She's like probably 6'5".
How long do you want? 30 more seconds?
Now is fine. Whatever is available.
Yeah, because it's fixed.
Okay, you got, the ad already passed you 23 more seconds.
Perfect. Do we not know I was coming or what? Yeah.
5.
What's going on, folks? We're here at Bulldog Pit. I guess I didn't realize that's what it was called, Ruben, but it's Bulldog Pit here in Artesia. The Cavemen taking on the Rio Rancho. What is Rio Rancho's?
They're the Rams.
Rams, that's right.
This is on the shorts.
Taking on the Rams here. Rio Rancho leads 10-8 going into the second quarter as we get things rolling. Both teams going back with their starters. Cavemen do have some options here off of the bench for sure. Rio Rancho are going to try and get this to a corner 3, but they're going to keep moving the ball around. Lots of size for Rio Rancho right here. A little bit of an advantage. A nice jumper there for Caden Richardson, and he gets that one to go.
Another foul call?
All right, so number 23 on Rio Rancho gets called for the foul off the ball.
I feel like they're calling a lot of little fouls that they're going to be in foul trouble every day.
Right.
Foul trouble.
This might be a little bit of a more sensitive foul calling game, but we'll see. 7 minutes, 27 seconds here in the second quarter. Huerta gets it over to Mills. Mills to Sullivan. Sullivan to Priest. Priest, top of the key over to Cornum, and the Cavemen are going to be moving this ball around quite a bit as both defenses are working really hard here tonight. This is the kind of basketball I like to watch. It's a lot of fast-paced, like hard, gritty play, and right there it looks like Sullivan is going to get to the basket, but they're not going to give him the shot right there. It's going to be a foul on the floor.
But two on the big guy.
So, yeah, Caden Decker, the 6'6" senior for Rio Rancho, is going to get subbed out here. That's his second foul of the game, and the second within this minute. And everything's being called here tonight. I mean, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I guess it's a push off the ball.
Okay, so that was another foul on Rio Rancho there. Second foul for number 13, Lovato. Three-point shot from Mills is good. Good shot from Mills. It's now 12-11. Carlsbad down by 1. Bynum has it for the Rams. He's going to get it over to Richardson. Richardson and Bynum have been in this game for the most part for Rio Rancho. Big part of this offense, or big part of this team, obviously. A lot of talent on both sides of this game right now. Here's a three-point shot for Rio Rancho from the corner. No good. Offensive rebound. Good defense from the Cavemen to try and seal it away, but didn't give up the foul.
I think
kind of lucked out there.
Over the back, yeah. It looked like he could have got one. And I'm surprised as many whistles they've called that they didn't call that one.
Exactly, and a good job on Sullivan to play defense there. The offensive rebounds can be dangerous, but Cavemen were able to get away with one there. So right now, for the timeout for the Cavemen, the Rams lead 12-11. Guys, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Forest Tire, Tate Branch Autoplex, BES Supply. I want to let you guys know that Christmas on the Pecos is going on right now. Go to ChristmasOnThePecos.com and support local. We love to see what they're doing. And we even got a chance to go earlier this week. It's a pretty cool experience. Nice calming experience
for later in the month.
There you go. 6 minutes, 17 seconds. Here in the second quarter, Priest to throw it in off the timeout. He's going to get it into Cornum. Cornum to Huerta. Huerta will be handling the ball much of this year, and he's looked good this year.
He's looked real smooth and real comfortable handling the ball.
Yeah, he's got 2 offers so far to college ball, which is nice. Here's a nice play by Mills, penetrating to the basket, but he gets blocked and throws it away. Here's a jump shot for Bynum going down the full court, and Sullivan gets the rebound after an offensive putback attempt for Rio Rancho. So right now, putbacks are falling for Rio Rancho, and it's lucky for the Cavemen. Right now, 12-11, Rio Rancho leads. Huerta gets it over to Mills. Mills to Priest in the corner. Priest up to the top for Sullivan, and the Cavemen continue to move this ball around. Huerta with a deep three. This one just a bit deep, and Sullivan goes up for the rebound, and ball comes down and off of Rio Rancho, so it's going to be Cavemen ball into their own basket. 5 minutes, 25 seconds left on this clock. Game brought to you in part by Denwood Funeral Home, Carter's Air Conditioning, Thunder Run Concrete. Here's the inbounds to Huerta. Huerta guarded closely by Jordan McNeely. They want to put that pressure on him tight. Huerta's going to go towards the basket, dumps this one off to Sullivan in the corner, and he's going to throw this one. And it's going to be Cavemen ball.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Cavemen ball here again under their own basket. She did point to the wrong side, but she said white, so it was Yeah, so Cavemen ball. It was a good call there.
Yeah.
He let go of that ball before he came down. 5 minutes, 11 seconds. Cavemen still down by 1 here. It's 12-11 here in the second quarter. Huerta in the corner, getting guarded closely by McNeely. And Huerta going to get called for the travel here. Ruben, did you see a travel on that one?
I didn't see it.
He had pivoted to pass it away, and right away was called for a travel. I did not see that infraction, but regardless, here's 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter as Bynum brings it down for Rio Rancho. Rio Rancho trying to expand that lead just a bit. Here's a jump shot, an air ball, and a foul on the offensive rebound. Tonight, Rio Rancho is definitely winning the offensive rebound game. And right there, a foul on the putback is going to put number 5, Ezekiel Chavez, at the line to shoot 2 here. 4 minutes, 47 seconds remain here in the second quarter as Chavez gets ready for the free throw. This one, first one's going to go down good.
It's a pretty low-scoring game, though.
It is.
Okay.
13-11. If you came here to watch like a bunch of scoring, maybe that's not going to happen, but a lot of good defense going on right now. And if you appreciate that, you would appreciate this game. But I like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like to see games in the 70s, but
oh yeah, for sure.
It's going to be in the 50s for sure.
So 13-11 as the second free throw does not go. Huerta had the ball with a little bit of time, but it was kind of off the mark, so wasn't able to gather for a three-point shot. So Sullivan has it. He's going to pass this one into traffic. It gets stolen by Bynum, who goes up for the dunk and ends up laying it in. Tried to go for the dunk there. Sullivan gets it to Mills. Mills over to Huerta. And I believe Mills would be like the second man up for handling the ball down court.
Yeah.
So 4 minutes left here. Mills gets it to the corner for Priest. Priest looked at the three-point shot. It was a little bit close, but Rio Rancho smothering defense right here. Really good energy on the defensive front. Here's a Mills three. Quick shot, and it goes. Beautiful shot from Mills. That was incredible.
And it was quick, too.
It was so quick. That's a Steph Curry release right there. 15-14. Rio Rancho still in the lead here by 1, but a nice three-point shot from Mills. Nice way to hype up your team there on the bench. Here's a Bynum three. This one looks pretty good. It was online, but a bit short. No good. Huerta bringing it down. He's got a guy to beat. He's going to go to Mills in the corner, and it's going to be a blocking foul.
She's not doing the other one called it too. I was going to say she didn't do the motion, but
she did.
It was definitely a blocking.
3 minutes, 19 seconds.
She blew the whistle too. That's why I was waiting for her to call it.
3 minutes, 19 seconds. Cavemen under their own basket. They're going to run an inbounds play here. Try and get some quick points if they can. Cavemen looking to take the lead on this possession. It's 15-14 with 3 minutes, 19 seconds left in the second quarter here in Artesia. Quarles has it here.
He's going to have to be careful with 2 fouls right now.
He's going to get it to Cornum to Sullivan. Sullivan to De Leon, who has a big mismatch here. And you gotta like to see him back down his opponent, because he's definitely got the size. Coach talking about him benching 250. He's a pretty strong kid. Here's Quarles, skips it over to Cornum, who tries to get it into De Leon, and it gets stolen away. It's going to be tied up on the ground, and that possession arrow facing in favor of Carlsbad, so it's going to be Carlsbad ball into their own basket yet again. Cavemen trying to scrap together those couple of points here on their own side. So now coming into the game is number 13, Frankie Martinez, who had an uncle and a dad that played basketball, I believe, for the Cavemen. So here's Sullivan to try and pass it inside De Leon. It gets tipped away. Huerta gets it back. Huerta goes up. He's going to get called for a travel there.
Yeah, he kind of stutter-stepped when he was going to go up, and I think that's where he got him.
That ball was blocked off the backboard really hard, too. So the 2 minutes, 30 seconds remain here in the first half. Bringing it down for Rio Rancho is McNeely. And both teams kind of subbing in some guys to get their starters some rest, maybe come in for the last minute or so. So Rio Rancho just moving this ball around, trying to kill some time, it looks like. Here's a three-point shot from the corner. Ugly, way too deep. Another three-point attempt. Same player, but kept shooting. Chris Lucero makes this one go for his first three of the game. And even after that first shot, if it was me, I'd have had a hard time taking that second shot, but he does, and it pays off big time. 18-14, Rio Rancho leads. We're going to take a quick break for a commercial.
I feel like the difference so far is they're only playing 7 guys.
Yeah.
These guys are putting 5 fresh in at the end just to give them a little bit of a break for the. Of course, at the end you don't really have to give them a break.
Well, we've seen come in off the bench. We've seen Martinez.
Well, Martinez for a second.
For a little bit. That's
pretty
true.
Much these 2 guys.
So kind of a smaller rotation for the Cavemen.
5.
All right, so Sullivan to pass it in here for the Cavemen. He gets it into Huerta. Again, guarded closely by McNeely. It's a minute 57 left here in the first half. No shot clock, by the way. That's high school rules.
Think
so
you should go to that?
I'd like it to, but it'd be hard to put them in every gym unless the state paid for it. But here's the offensive rebound attempt from De Leon, gets knocked away. And it's going to be Rio Rancho ball here. So it's going to be McNeely bringing it down for Rio Rancho. A minute 40 here remaining in the second quarter. Rio Rancho looking to just continue to pass it around outside of the three-point line. Cavemen keeping them honest, trying to make it hard on them to get the ball inside. They do decide to get it inside to number 24, Caden Richardson, who's quietly building up a pretty good stat line here so far. He gets this one to go down in the paint. A minute 10. Huerta gets it over to Quarles. Quarles over to De Leon. A minute 2. De Leon gets it stolen away. And he's going to chase this one down.
That's pretty good.
He commits the foul. It was. Got a little bit of get up on that play right there, and he's going to send number 4, Deshaun Sweet, to the line, and he didn't let him score, so it's not an and one here. So I'd say a pretty solid foul there for De Leon, but it is his second of the game.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. We don't have much size in the game. The only ones are Sullivan and De Leon.
Here's the first free throw for Rio Rancho, and it does go for Sweet. So 1 of 1 at the line for Sweet. We're going to take out Huerta, bring in Mills. So on the court for the Cavemen, it's Martinez, Mills, Quarles, Priest, and Sullivan. Here's the second free throw, and it goes as well. It's now 22-14. Rio Rancho has started to try and pull away from the Cavemen here with an 8-point lead. Quarles gets it over to Mills. Mills swings it to Priest. Priest getting smothered and fouled a couple of times, it felt like, but no call here. Priest going to have it, passes it up to Mills. Mills going to go baseline. He's going to try and kick this one out to the corner and Quarles, but it's stolen away. 32 seconds remain here in the second quarter. And it's an 8-point lead for Rio Rancho. Throwing it in for the Rams is Chavez. He's going to get it into McNeely, and there's an 8-point difference, 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. And you would imagine they're going to take their time to try and get that last shot, and that looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. No pressure on McNeely here. They send Mills up to guard him closer. So they're going to have to pass this one around. McNeely with it again. 12 seconds. Rio Rancho going to start trying to develop an offensive play here. Fadeaway jumper there for McNeely, no good. Mills ends up with a nice pass down court to Priest, and he's going to put this one up. It's going to be a foul here against Priest. And he's going to get to the line here. They're going to say he was going up to shoot, which is good for the Cavemen. I don't know. I felt like it was maybe a step or two before, you could determine that.
It was NBA style.
Yeah, so an 8-point lead for Rio Rancho, and first free throw for Priest is good, and that's his first point of the game. Priest, another guy on the squad, not afraid to take a charge for the Cavemen and kind of get in there and be gritty. Second free throw for Priest. Bounces around, no good. Rio Rancho gets the rebound with no time left. And at the half, the Cavemen are going to go into the locker room down 7. So 10 minutes here at the half during this Rio Rancho matchup, but this Artesia tournament. The Cavemen play the first game of the Cavemen Cave Girls back-to-back. Cave Girls will play at a scheduled 7 p.m. against Goddard, and they're coming out to shoot around a little bit. So, guys, we're going to take a break. Be back with you here in just a bit. This break brought to you in part by Tape Branch Autoplex, Capitan Energy, Balderrama Law Firm, True Blue Services, Artesia General Hospital, and 4 Elements Oil Field Services.
You're off.
So we take a break.
All right, what's the plan here?
I'll stay. You guys can
The mic.
Yeah, how much time, Caden?
We have, see, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have about 2.5 minutes.
Okay, we'll take a quick break then.
I can extend it to as